crying is not the same as not having sabr. Yaqub alayhi salam is a man of sabrun jameel, and he cries so much his eyes turn white. Complaining is not the antithesis of sabr. It's not if you complain you've cried out and you're sad over something and you mention it even though it happened years ago. That doesn't mean you don't have patience. Those are two separate things. Yaqub alayhi salam is a man of sabr jameel, and he's at the same time a man of ya asafa ala Yusuf. So we shouldn't be insensitive to those who are suffering, especially in our families, those who are complaining in our families, and say, you need to have sabr. You shouldn't be crying. You shouldn't be complaining. You shouldn't be bringing up what happened years ago. Get over it already. We shouldn't use these kinds of words. We should have sensitivity to those who are in pain. We cannot feel what somebody else feels. You cannot feel what your son feels, what your daughter feels, what your spouse feels, what your parents feel. You cannot feel for them. They're entitled to their emotions. It's easy to dismiss them because we see them all the time and we don't see what the big deal is. You will never be able to see, I will never be able to see inside somebody else's heart. That is their pain is between them and Allah. They are just as entitled to that as any other human being. He is so optimistic, even though he cries, his eyes have lost sight, he's crying over the name of Yusuf, he still believes in his heart that Allah Azza wa Jal I will not lose hope, Yusuf will be okay. Sadness is not the same as losing hope. And then he tells them something. It's amazing that this comes out of his mouth. He says, وَلَا تَيْأَسُوا مِنْ رَوْحِ اللَّهِ إِنَّهُ لَا يَيْأَسُ مِنْ رَوْحِ اللَّهِ إِلَّا الْقَوْمُ الْكَافِرُونَ. So we have to have optimism for how Allah will see us through in this life and in the next, and that's part of our relationship with Allah.